Pavin, 4-time Madden champion with over 300K in earnings. In this video, I'll be showing you what I personally like to do to slow down the U-trips formation in Madden 25 and some of my thought process and adjustments while playing U-trips. Let's get into the video now. So as usual, let's do a little bit of play recognition, right? If you know the plays, then know what routes are coming in the formation that you're guarding, you're going to have a much better chance at slowing down the certain formation, or even stopping it, getting picks and all that stuff. So in U-trips, they have 24 plays. The U-trips can be found New England offense, New England Patriots offense, and I'm really going to cut it down to 3 and 4 primary plays, right? U-trips, honestly, it's amazing routes. It's great spacing. There's so much you could do out of it. The versatility is kind of insane. Motion, you could 5 out, you could run the ball, you could audible around. But in my opinion, they're really 3 to 4 plays if they're calling nonstop U-trips that you have to key in on and take away completely to slow down U-trips and have the best chance at stopping it. One being the tight end deep out. Why this play is so effective and so good, it's solely because of this outside fade. This outside fade causes a lot of problems, right? And then we obviously have a backside post, amazing post, and then it's a quick hike play too, right? So a lot of times people will go out there and just go and call like a tight end corner with a backside post, and it's very hard to stop that. Very hard to stop that, right? You have great spacing. You already have a flat route. You have a real fade. It's going to clear out any type of deep blues, a tight end corner, or like a tight end out, and then a backside post. So that's play number 1 that we're really going to key in on stopping. The next play number 2, in my opinion, that we really have to stop, the tight end whip, right? This is a complementary play with the last play we called, because with this, you can mix and match, right? Let's just say we're going tight end corner route, tight end corner route, tight end corner route, and they start to man it up, right? And it's not really working that well, the tight end corner route. Well, guess what? Now what we could end up doing is doing a whip route, because if we know they're in man, tight end whips, any type of zigs, they're absolutely gonna fry. So this play complements the last play that we just talked about so well. Tight end deep out so far as play number 1, and then we have the tight end whip as play number 2. In my opinion, play number 3 that you kind of have to slow down to really have success versus U-trips is the scat, right? The scat, you could stem down this corner out, make it super short. You could do something like this where you have A going up the field, clearing it out with a seam streak, stemming up that corner up or down depending on what the cornerbacks are playing, right? If they're playing cover 2, you'd want to stem it up. If they're playing cover 3 hard flats, you would want to stem it down, and so on and so forth, right? And then you have this stock wheel route, you just call hike. Like I said, U-trips is a lot of quick hiking, right? You could do really some insane stuff like double streaks, or have a drag coming underneath, double drags. The possibilities are endless, right? As long as we're slowing down this R1 corner route, we will be fine for the most part. You see right here, it still gets open, even versus man. It breaks open to the sideline. It's a killer route. And lastly, in my opinion, corners is a really, really good play that you got to slow down, right? Oftentimes when I play people who run U-trips, they're going to go out there and they're going to hit this corner route late to the solo side. And it's such a good corner route. It cuts very sharp. And, I find myself adjusting really well, putting hard flats, running cover 2s. And I always, for some reason, get burnt by this last route that they save it, right? They see how you're playing, and they run this at the last second, and it's such a great corner route. You're not expecting it on the solo side. It's a sharp cutting corner. It beats man really well and gets over top of cover 2s and under cover 3 hard flats. Like I said, U-trips has a ton of plays, right? Drags, whip routes, underneath routes, running back routes. There's too many plays for me to really break down. Those 3 to 4 plays are the main plays people are going to call, rotate between shuffle and spam. And you got to slow down all 4 of those, really. We have a couple looks that I really suggest you running if you're struggling versus U-trips. So now getting into it on the defensive side, what I like to do, how I like to align against this, some of my adjustments, right? So what I like to do personally, I don't like doing baseline. Baseline is fine and good and all, but I run 3-2. And it's hard to run this cover 4 with my safeties down versus U-trips is what I've kind of come to the realization. So I've started running on man align. I'll show you what the baseline looks like really quickly. Just say I'm bringing my safeties down right here, and I'm guarding the seam streaks and all the middle stuff with my mid zones. And then they start hitting me with like a corner route, right? And it's all cool at first, right? They're just running stock flood routes. But eventually, I could only do so much bend, don't break, right? Eventually, I'm going to mess up a little bit. I'm going to over adjust. I'm going to run a cover 2. this is just how it always goes when I play U-trips, right? I'm going to try to get this look right here where I'm running in cover 2 and I'm stopping the tight end whip with the vert hook and I'm stopping all the underneath stuff, right? Then they're just going to hit me with this, fade route going towards the end zone. And it always happens. It always happens. I end up calling a cover 2 because, my opponents are cooking me down the field. They're getting in the red zone every drive. I had to make adjustments. I had to get a little aggressive. I run that cover 2, and, it's just so hard to run that cover 2. If I bring them out, then I'm literally telling them I'm running cover 2. And with that, let's just say I could just call a tight end streak, right? Tight end streak is going to be open if I bring that guy all the way to the right. So it's super tough to run zone versus U-trips is what I'm pretty much saying. If you're running match, you might get away with it, but there's just too many routes on the right side. Then you got to worry about the left, the post, the running back, the tight end, whip route. So what I've started doing is I've been started coming out in man align. Man align, in my opinion, it gives me the best chance and the best looks to stop U-trips. So we're going to come out man align right here. We call cover 2. We could still press. Actually, I would show blitz. You see, when you show blitz, your safety goes more out wide. And, we're still running our loop defense, right? We're going to get pressure sending forward. But now you're going to see the same look. We're going to put this guy on the streak. Let's just say I'm guarding the tight end with my user, right? I can't user and call a play at the same time. But now we're calling the same play. And that fade that we were just throwing, it's not there, right? That now that we're in man align and, we're showing blitz and all that. So with that, we're already eliminating one of the most broken things, that fade. That fade has been so good for a couple years now. We're eliminating that, right? And with this look, too, you could get really aggressive. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to blitz 5, right? I'm going to blitz 5 people. You're going to see we don't actually come in free with the cornerback, but you could get really aggressive. And because we're in this man align look, we have 4 DBs here now instead of, 3? And you could get really aggressive, right? You can man people up. Let's just say I manned up R1 right here, and then I manned up this guy, right? Then we blitz, the slot cornerback. We're going to get a little pressure. I go guard the tight end myself. And the back end, I go hard flat. I get really aggressive, right? That's what man align is going to allow you to do. You're going to get really aggressive. You're going to be able to run man still. The possibilities are endless. You can run match. This is what I like to do a lot versus U-trips. Let's just say, you're playing this whips a lot, right? You can put your hooks on 5. You could run something like a cover 3 cloud look right here. And boom, this is a really good look, right? What I will say is you're going to have to guard. You're going to have to read the routes on the field, right? If they're throwing to the left, then the middle of the field will be open, right? You have to kind of pick and choose, switch stick. If you're still a beginning level player, you're going to have to get your switch stick up a little bit. But right here you see switch stick on, take away everything. The whip was open because my hooks weren't on 5. But that's a great type of defense right here, right? Hook, like I said, the whip was open, but my hooks weren't on 5. Hooks on 5, it's gonna play everything. And yeah, run man align versus U-trips if you want to have the best chance at stops. Now to my in-game example. So for my in-game example, I'm playing some Versace. He's been running U-trips for like 3 to 4 Maddens now, and you see right here, he was beating me. He was winning 3 to 14. And then I started running a little bit of this man align. And it started giving him some problems. So first things first, just want to peep the play art. I have this quarter right here. He's going to play the middle of the field. But why have this quarter here instead of a deep half? He could go left or he could go right. So let's just say he goes tight end corner right here. I have eyes over here paying attention because I only have a cloud, right? If he goes tight end corner, it's going to be open. So I'm going to be ready with my switch stick. I'm right here. I'm going to click off. I'm going to switch stick over here and take a few steps to the right if he has a corner out. If he has a post to the inside, I'm going to take a few steps to the left. So that's why people use quarters instead of halves and thirds. Thirds are good as well, but they sit literally right in the middle, right? They could go left, right, or they could go left. So it just depends on what ends up happening on the play itself. I end up running a tight end whip. We're sending forward. Running back is manned up. Really good shell. And pay attention to the tight end, right? He runs this whip route. It's absolutely cage. He goes the corner route, and I'm there for it, right? I have eyes over here. The running back actually ends up being open for a good amount of yards. So that is something I might have to, look at in the future. But in the back end, right, everything is covered. This guy's going this way. This guy's going to guard him here. this guy is gonna peel off and play that. It's just really good defense, right? He ends up having this thing, but I switched it on and took him away. So he's gonna end up going up 14 points. And here's one downside of running a man-aligned type defense, right? So it's before half, it's 2 seconds. This is easily preventable by me. I should have came out with something else. I should have probably backed him up, but it happens, right? So he's gonna audible the trips, and all you're gonna see is a go route, right? I do have a deep out zone KO, and he's in a third, so in my opinion, he should be defending this. But you're gonna see it happens, right? This is one of the downsides of running a man-aligned type of defense. You're right here, he gets burned. I'm like, okay, we're good. We have a deep zone KO. He's gonna knock it out. He lights up and it doesn't knock it out, and he ends up getting 3 off that. So it is what it is. It's gonna happen at times, so just want you to be aware of that. Back in the man-aligned, you're gonna see what the man-aligned is, right? What man-aligned is we're running a man coverage alignment. So one guy, he's gonna be manned up here, right? He's gonna be manned up here, and on the outside guy, I don't know if you can see, he's gonna be manned up here. Then we have a safety for help. That way, we don't get burnt, deep. Then we have guy manned up over here, safety for help. That's what man align means. And with man align, you could manipulate it. You can make it into a zone. So that's why I'm really preaching to you guys. You guys got to start doing this. I'm gonna put him in a vert hook. I think this is something I could do, or I could put him in a vert hook, right? And then I could make this like a cover 2, and then cover 2 over here, with this guy peeling off over here. And with my user, I would just run in this direction, take away any seams, any of this stuff right here, as you see right here. So let's get in the plays itself. I'm trying to get this engaged. Great defense right here. I actually messed up on the back end. I know what this was. This was match. So watching this back, I ran match. You're gonna see all the defenders kind of go wonky. But with the match, everyone tries. I try to match on to everyone, but it doesn't work. He actually ends up having R1 open. But you see, I manned up the tight end, running this match coverage defense. I still got to get better in it. I'll admit, right? The tight end was not open. R1 happened to be open, but he just did not throw it. Corner route, post route, nothing there. He ends up getting a scramble for 2 yards. We'll take that. But yeah, like I said, they'll miss some reads at times. Like I said, he had R1 open. Could have been better defense on my end. But, we live and we learn. We're playing chess match. We're playing chess. We're going to adjust to that. He actually audibles out for whatever reason. So, I don't know. Every time I guess the defense was good and it was working. But on this defensive look, we're just running a cover 3 out of a man-aligned look. We're running a cover 3, and we follow. But you see cover 3 right here. So everything is, this guy's playing inside, this guy's playing outside, this guy is in a purple, he's playing the sidelines. This whole thing is open right here. What this defender is in, he's in a vert hook. So he came from the left to the right, and he's in a vert hook. So he's playing the middle of the field. I think I manned up my user, put him in a flat, and then I switch stick on. So when you're running a man-aligned type of defense, switch stick is your best friend. It's going to help you take away all these underneath routes. See, the defense is phenomenal, right? Nothing was open. He's running like some basic combos, street, corner route, post, drag. And we're playing great defense so far. So right here, we're in man in line again, but we're adjusting, right? We might keep some guys manned up. We're just playing play to play. So what I do right here, it's some great adjustments, right? I put a purple right here to play like, any type of speed out. He might not get there, but any type of stuff right here. Then I manned up this defender over here, cross-manned. If he goes on a streak, I don't know if he's going to get there. Honestly, I'll admit it. He's kind of far away. I probably should have clicked him on and moved him in a few steps. But if he goes seam route there, then I'll be good. Back end, I just have a deep loop. And it's a little risky keeping this guy on an island. But if he goes corner route, I'm going to switch stick him on the inside. If he goes post, I have my user right here. So we're all just reading the play. The running back is manned up. It's 4th down. You're going to see what he ends up doing. I think he motions right here. And then right here, look, I make it a cover 2 at the end. As soon as I see him motion, I'm like, okay, I can put this vert hook. At the moment, it's hard to explain my adjustments. I will say the man line did follow, but it works out beautifully, right? The vert hook followed, but he's in a cross vert hook now. So he's going to run across the field at the speed of light, and he's going to get there for the KO. And that's how you play defense versus U-trips. He didn't really run some of the meta plays that I thought he was going to run. I will say he had this post right here. I did switch stick it, so I could have been there. But that's how you play U-trips and kind of slow down. Run the mana line. Don't give up the fades. And really key in on the tight end. The tight end is the most important receiver in U-trips. So if you enjoyed today's video, I know you're going to enjoy the Madden Academy's free course on mental chess match. You can master in less than 90 days. Make some crazy adjustments like I did in this video. And truly outthink your opponent. Know what plays coming, all that good stuff. Catch you in the next video. Till then, peace.